Hey, what's up? I'm Rotary Bellini, and in this video I'll be covering how to remove thin set and floor leveler off of a concrete subfloor. So in this room here I had glued down hardwood flooring, and what's left is a very fine layer of floor leveler and a bunch of glue adhesive. And I'm going to show you how I'm going to remove that. And there's a number of tools I'll go over here, so we'll get started. The first one I have here is like this large scraper, this large floor scraper. And so you just put it down and then put your foot on this peg here and basically scrape stuff up. And this works okay. It's getting some stuff up now. Not my favorite, but it does work okay. The next one I have is a hand scraper here. And what's great about this one is it has like a razor blade edge. And so you can really get in under the thin set, or the floor leveler, and really get it up. So this one works actually pretty well. And I'll show you how kind of all of these do here in a second. The tool I'm going to be using most for this room, because I have this room and I have a whole other side of the house to do as well. So there's a lot of this stuff to get up, and I don't want to do it by hand. So I got myself a rotary hammer, and basically what this does is you can put a chisel on the front of it, and it kind of gives a motion back and forth, and it'll kind of chip up all that floor leveler. So I got this one. I also got another chisel for it, another bit. It's a lot wider, so I'm going to give this one a shot tonight. But that's the tools I'm going to be using. I would also suggest some eye protection if you're using a rotary hammer, because it kind of throws stuff around everywhere. So get yourself some eye protection. Some knee pads would be good because you're going to be on the ground working with this stuff. And definitely get a respirator of some kind or some kind of a mask, because it can get dusty. But there is one way I'm going to help you manage the dust here. So to help manage the dust, you can get some water basically and spray it or pour it on there and just get it kind of wet. So that way when you're using the tool, it doesn't just kind of create dust and have a bunch of dust everywhere. It kind of stays contained in that one area. So I would recommend grabbing some water and just pouring it on the floor or spraying. Either way works. I would also suggest getting some hearing protection if you're using a rotary hammer, because it gets pretty loud, and if you're doing this for hours, which is probably the case if you're doing like a large area, definitely get some hearing protection, because it will take a toll on your ears. So with that said, I'm not going to show you the entire video, because this is probably going to take a number of days to complete this whole thing, but I'll show a time lapse of a little bit of how it goes. So I'll get started. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to wet it down a little bit. Just kind of keep the dust down. Okay, and now basically for this to work, you gotta keep downward pressure on it. So just put it on there and pull the trigger. So that works really well. It's probably my favorite tool. The other ones here, like this scraper here, it works okay, but it's just gonna take you, a while. And it doesn't slide very easily. So while it does work, it's gonna take you a long time. And the handle one works really good, but again, it's just gonna take some time. But it actually works surprisingly well. And the reason this one works so well, like I said, because it's got a razor blade edge, so it really gets under there and gets it all up. But like I said, the rotary hammer is the way to go. So now with this smaller bit here, I'm actually going to try this larger one. See how it does here. Okay, let's see if this one does any better here. And I'll move the camera a little bit. And then wet it down a little bit more. I'm not sure how well this one's going to use. This is a really thick chisel right here, and this one's really kind of thinner, so I'm not sure how long this one's going to last. But So this one actually works surprisingly well. You just got to get the angle right. So I was going a little bit too shallow. Really kind of get it down, and it really gets under there and starts digging it up. So I'm probably going to use this guy because it covers more surface area. It seems to be doing a pretty good job. Yeah, that's looking really good. So I'll go ahead and do a quick time lapse and go from there. Okay, I covered some ground. I'm going to continue doing this. It's going to take me probably, like I said, a few days, but it's not too bad. It's coming up pretty easily, but it's not easy. Like you gotta exert some pressure on this guy and really push forward. So it's not like, I wouldn't call it easy work or fun for that matter, but it is working. Like in here, like it's really pretty smooth, and like this is perfect. Like this is great. And so I just have to keep going out and get the whole room. And then also I got the bathroom to do over here. And this is all thin set, so I gotta remove all that. So there's a lot of work to do in here, and I'll be doing this for quite a while. So if you like this content, be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.